Hey, Einstein, where's the dot, boy? Huh?
Creatives, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. Introduction. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. So, here we are. With each issue of Build the DeLorean, you receive a magazine and you receive components to build. So this is, I'm just showing you magazine 1 here. So inside it shows you everything that you get with the first section. This is the rear bumper with lights and everything. And also inside the magazine you get information about the films. So this is all the step-by-step build, as you can see. And then you get information about the film, its inspirations, where they came up with the ideas, different designs of what the DeLorean would look like when it's finished. A lot of different designs, as you can see. A lot of them rejected, like this kind of the reason this got rejected is because it was a car that was being tinkered on by Doc Brown in his garage, and this is something that, you know, like a corporation would kind of build. Okay, and there's a little profile here on Michael J. Fox. And then it shows you issue 2. So, as with the Moomin House build, also it shows you all the components you get in the back there. As with the Moomin House build, I started this build before I had the YouTube channel. So this is why this introduction is happening. So I'll just put that magazine aside and I'll show you where we are with this build. So in the first issue magazine, you actually build the rear bumper here. It has all the lights on it as well, which will light up. You get the number plate and you can see the DeLorean logo here, and on the inside it shows you how it's all constructed and screwed together. It comes with screws, screwdrivers, it comes with loads of different screws to put it together. So there we go, that's the rear bumper up there. Another part in the issue was the front left wing. There we go. And we can see this holes here where the wiring goes for the flux capacitor for the time machine. There. We've got the plutonium chamber here, and we also have the Mr. Fusion from Back to the Future 2. The end of Back to the Future 1, Back to the Future 2. So how it works is you could build the DeLorean from Back to the Future, the first film here. You can build it as from the Back to the Future 2 film, which is here, Mr. Fusion, and you can also build it as Back to the Future 3 when they went back to the Old West. I'm choosing to build it as the Back to the Future 2 because I like the flying DeLorean. So one of these stickers have come off. I'll have to get that on at some point. I'll have to put that back on here. So yeah, look at that. Look how realistic it looks. All those lights. Yeah. Just pop them back. That's where I am with the build. So I'm quite early on in the build, but to show you exactly where I am with the full build, I need to show you the car. Here's where all the action happens, here we go, there we go, get that in shot, so there we go. So if you look on the sides, they've got real Goodyear tires, and in the center there's a DMC logo in the center of the wheel hub. DMC, Delorean Motor Company. So you get all these wheels put on, the suspensions here as well that you put on, everything's screwed, and it's built to scale exactly the way the real DeLorean is built. Okay, and look at this engine here. A lot of work has come into this engine. There's been a lot of issues. I'd say there's been about 5 or 10 issues just to build this engine. I'll give you a closer look. Look at the level of detail on that engine there. See, it's got cables coming out of it and wires coming out of it. And when I say that you can build the DeLorean as Back to the Future 1, 2 or 3, the reason I say that is because each 4 of these wheels, let me just get into shot, does actually fold down. I'll show you, to show it in flying mode. And this is the version that I will be building. As you can see, all four wheels are down. They will actually sit on a Back to the Future base that you can actually get with this model. But it's looking really good. And where I am with the build is I've done 26 builds to get to this point here. In one of the builds, you get this whole frame, this whole black frame, and then you attach the wheels. You do the wheels separately, and then you attach each 4 wheels to it. And then what you do is you attach the engine block here into the back of the DeLorean, and then you will build a butt on top of that. You'll have the whole components on the outside. You'll have seats, you'll have windows, you'll have the whole frame that sits on top. So that is where we are with this this build. And in the next video we will start building from issue 27. Let me just slide that out there. Here we are. As you can see, it comes with a magazine, and then it comes with the components that you build and step-by-step instructions on how to build it. So this is where we are, and like I said, I'm going to build the version from Back to the Future 2 with the Mr. Fusion that will probably sit somewhere here. And the Mr. Fusion actually opens as well, which is really good. So the Mr. Fusion will probably sit about here, but it'll have all the components around it, the whole build. So I'm looking forward to building this. There's about 150 issues to complete from start to finish. So I'm only 26 in at the moment. So you can see this is very early days, and I'm looking forward to the next video to show you what components we'll be adding to this, and what extra things will come with each build that's not ready for the car yet, but will be sat here. Another thing to point out, let me just move the car aside. Another thing is that you might want to consider when you do your build, because you get screwdrivers here. You get screwdrivers with the build, here they are. You get a lot of screws with the build, as you can see here. And all the screws are black. They're slightly different, and some of them look very similar to others. So what you do is you receive the like maybe 3 or 4 bags of screws, but they come with these little cardboard squares, which are naming each screws. And I can't, in a lot of cases, like for here instance, you can't tell which screw differentiate from this screw here or that screw. They look too similar. So what I did, I purchased these little containers here, and every time I opened a bag, I would take the little cardboard piece out and I'd stick it to each of the tops of these, so I know which screw is for which. Because believe me, you will get very confused if you've got a load of black screws and you don't know which is which, because you get enough screws in case you drop a screw or lose a screw, so you get them. But also in each issue you go back to other screws but you will get extras in each build. So if you are going to build something like this or any of your builds, I would suggest you actually keep track of all your screws with these little containers with the codes on the top, and they tell you the difference. I mean, I don't have to think about, you know, if I want an EP screw, I don't even have to think about what it looks like, because there it is. I just open it up and there are all my EP screws in there. It helps massively, especially when you're deep into the build. But yeah, I just wanted to show you where I was with the build, and like I said, I'm 26 issues in, and as you can see, I've still got a long way to go. I think it's issue 60, you get the top framing of the car that sits on top. So you're talking in 33 issues, I'll get the top, but it's what I build inside the car before we get to that stage, which is going to be really interesting. So I hope you can join me as I continue to build the Back to the Future DeLorean car, Back to the Future 2 version, which I want to. You can build from Back to the Future 1 with the long pole. You can build Back to the Future 2 with the Mr. Fusion. You can build Back to the Future 3 with the it's like a box that sits on the bonnet itself. And I think you can also get the different tires. You can get the red tires, the red rim tires from Back to the Future 3, and I think you can also get the ones that sit on a railway track. I think you can get them. You can get all different versions, but like I said, I'm building DeLorean from Back to the Future 2, the flying car. So I'd like to thank you for your company, and I'll see you in the next video.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?